Okay, hello there. My name is Ian Christian Bill, and we are here to talk about the characteristics of moral principles, two general forms of acts, and the elements of human acts. So, shall we begin? The characteristics of moral principles. While there is no general agreement on the characteristics that a moral principle must possess, there is a broad agreement on five characteristics. Those are prescriptivity, universalizability, overreadingness, publicity, practicability, and those are the characteristics. Prescriptivity, an attitude that prescribes how language should be and how you, as its speaker, must use it. Prescriptivity talks about how you use language and how you talk to others. That's prescriptivity. Reversibility, if an action is right or wrong for others, it is right or wrong for us. So basically, if it's morally right for others, it's obviously right for us because we must follow what is morally right. So moving on, overrulingness is the claim that it is never rationally to knowingly do what morally forbids, meaning it is never wrong to not do what is immoral, which is obviously correct. We shall not follow what is already evil. Practicability must be workable and its rules must not lay a heavy burden on us when we follow them. It means that the moral principle works to all in the general society, and the rules of it are not much to handle for any one person. In layman's terms, it is in the word itself, practicability, which is practical. It is workable in any place in the general society, and the rules of it is not too much or for every person. Anyone can follow it. Most can follow it, I mean, not everyone, because there are people that irrationally not follow the morals, the moral philosophy. Thus, most can follow the rules. We're moving on to the next, which is the two general forms of acts. The two general forms of acts are the acts of man and the act and the human acts. The acts of man are further divided into two, which is the involuntary natural acts or involuntary acts, or the voluntary natural acts, which are neither moral nor immoral. Involuntary natural acts, actions which takes place without consciousness or willingness of an individual, such as breathing, digestion, heart breathing, eye reflexes, which mean they are movements that we don't normally think, but they move on their own. Let me be clear. They are movements that we don't think, but they move on their own, like they have their mind of their own. Next is the voluntary natural acts or voluntary acts. When an action is produced with the involvement of thoughts, it involves actions like walking, eating, jumping, and running. It means that every action that you make, that you think before moving, that is voluntary acts because you intentionally acted, like moving your arms, punching someone, and kicking someone, and blowing. Those are voluntary acts because you intentionally acted. And lastly, human acts involves conscious choice that can be either immoral or immoral. This is basically you just thinking of what's what is wrong, what is right, what is evil, what is good, and choosing on those two what is the correct actions that you'll take. Lastly, the essential elements of a human act. There are three essential elements of act. Those are knowledge, freedom, and actual choice. Knowledge is the knowing and understanding of something or anything. Freedom is the power to act, speak, or think without restraints. Just basically free to speak, free to act, free to think. And the actual choice is, like I said earlier, is you just picking two sides, evil, good. And that is all. And that is all of me talking about morals. And goodbye.